Hi, Mike.
What up, James? How you doing, brother?
Oh, good. It's been a long day. Came up here. We've been doing tongue and grooves with healing.
Awesome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, James. Hi, Matthew.
Hello. How you doing, Amber?
Good. How are you, sweetheart?
Good. A little tired, but good.
That's good. Tired means that you did something purposeful today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did.
Hola, everybody.
Hola.
Hola.
Smile.
Let's see. Right. All right. Brandon and Carrie are not going to make it. Let's wait for Christine and some others here for a couple minutes.
I don't think Marina's coming in either. She says
No.
she had something to do.
Yeah, she's in Florida. She's not going to be in there.
Oh, she went down to Florida.
Yeah.
Good for her. She needed to get out of there.
Yep.
Be nice.
Matthew, where are you?
I'm at the gym right now. I was gonna skip out on today, but I was like, you know what? When I commit to something, I stick with it. So I wanted to be here for you guys, or be here with you guys. So
Yay.
I'm just gonna stretch while we go through this.
Yeah, all good. Where's Christine? Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Christine.
How are you?
Good. How are you, beautiful?
I'm good. I'm like getting dinner on the table for my kids and stuff, but I'm just going to put my headphone in and move around and listen and present.
All right.
As much as I can. Hi.
Hi, Christina.
Hi. Hello. All right.
What's stranger?
How old are your little ones?
I have a 7-year-old, I have a 9-year-old, and I have a 23-year-old.
Oh,
and then I have an 18-month-old grandson. So yeah. So it's a full house right now, and it's a lot of fun because my 23-year-old moved in. So you guys can just press play when you're ready, okay? Yeah, so that's it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun. But how is everyone?
Excellent.
Yeah. Glad to see you all. I'm coming to hide from the humans, from the little humans. So they can be here.
You guys don't have room for one more there, do you? I'm trying to get out of my toxic house.
Really?
So I'm praying, but
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
oh
something will come up. Someone said to look on Facebook. I guess they have a lot of like rooms for rent and stuff on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know that.
Matthew, I'm going to be out there next week. I'll text you.
Okay. Cool.
We'll get together with coffee or something.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like that.
Yeah. Put something on there with that beautiful smile. Just say, hey, awesome, beautiful soul looking for a loving tribe. Who's got a room for me? You'll find the right person. Law of attraction.
And you know what? Honestly, if you put it out there, put put it public and I'll share it because I know there's a lot of people there, through churches and stuff in the valley.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what part of the valley you're in, but I know a lot of people that rent out rooms or, have houses where it's like a bunch of dudes or a bunch of like young women that live in the same house. So yeah, put it out there so we can share it.
Okay, cool.
If you're open to that. Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing to lose.
Right? Yes.
Are you our friend on Facebook, Matt? Did you add us? Did you find us on social media yet?
So the thing is, I had Facebook when it was like cool, like in college, and then I haven't been on it in like probably 2 years, to be honest. But
well, now if you shift your way of thinking, just like this Zoom thing where we never thought we'd ever be, you can use it as a platform because you're an aspiring photographer and artist and now friend of the tribe. So we can help share all the good stuff.
For sure. And then everyone's telling me too, I should like market myself on there. I can get business and stuff. And I was
my God, okay. So much.
I know a lot of moms and stuff
are on there. You don't have to have anything you don't like. I mean, you can make it custom to you. So
yeah,
for sure. I just stay off of it just because everyone in the family's kind of like post their negative stuff on there.
Yeah, but just make sure none of them are on your page.
You can hide them. You can hide them so you don't see them.
For sure.
All right, guys. I don't think anybody else is going to be coming at the moment, but if they do, like always, we'll just get rolling and they can play catch up. I'm just going to mute everybody real quick. And then like always, like kindergarten class, raise your hand. Well, when you want to speak. So this week, I don't know if you guys saw the graphic or not, but and the title was Highs and Lows. We did a session maybe a year ago, similar topic about hills and valleys, but this is a little bit different. This one's highs and lows. It came from actually a session or sermon I heard outside of Zoe Church, but it brought up a lot of good stuff and it brought up a lot of good points that I want to share with you guys. So we'll go through, but the graphic I put on there was the actual heartbeat monitor. You go to the hospital and they check your heart and that perfect heartbeat has these peaks and valleys in it. And that really is the story for me of highs and lows. The heartbeat of your life, quite literally, right? Without that, what is it doing? If you don't have peaks and valleys in that monitor, it's an irregular heart or it's no heartbeat. So there's a lesson there for me why I put that picture was because literally if you are living, that's what's happening. Every single day consistently to live, you have to have ups and downs quite literally in your heart rate. So when the heart monitor, peaks and valleys, because literally when you're living, you're going through these high moments and low moments. And a lot of times we can recognize low moments and not give ourselves enough credit for the highs. We all do that. It's in our nature to focus on the things that we're at fault for and not celebrate enough of the things that we do well. But in that sense, if you think of something right now that's something that's real, not like a low. You ever play that game, highs and lows? You ever play that at a dinner table or with friends or families, like for the day? Name your high and your low. Most of that stuff comes out and it's like, oh, I missed the gym this week, or I missed the gym today, or my Uber ride canceled my ride. I'm not talking about those things really. I'm not talking about these first world minuscule things that happen to us every day. I'm talking about real stuff, like real pain, real defeat, real hurt, real confusion, real trying to understand what you're doing here, what the meaning of you being here, like real highs and lows, real valleys that we all go through. Those are the things that I'm talking about. And, a lot of this stems from disappointment, and disappointment is just birth from unmet expectation. And just because you're facing disappointment today in one of your lows doesn't mean that you have to feel defeat. And that's how I'm trying to base my life and come clear with what is something that I've done wrong, or what is something that I'm disappointed, or what is a low for me? Is it going to defeat me? Or is it just part of who I am in the experiencing of life? That I am a human that's imperfect in an imperfect world, that I'm trying to live the best I can, but be hyper aware that I will make mistakes. I will tumble and fall on my face. I will go against what I believe in sometimes on purpose or accident. I will literally fall and feel like I can't get up. And it's not supposed to be designed so that you feel bad about yourself, or you feel like, oh shit, there's my run. There's my 360 days of being a great person or a perfect person, or whatever that mold is to you. Or I've gone this many days without doing this, or eating that, or drinking this, or it's not designed for that purpose. You're not supposed to be perfect in anything that we do or track. It's supposed to be so that you can learn from both the hills and the valleys. But I will say that, your faith is going to be strengthened through the valley. Your faith gets strengthened in anything, through God, through faith in what you believe in, what you're doing, will always strengthen more. You'll get your most strength from the valley, not the peak, because that's where you learn. That's where we self-reflect. Humans by nature look inward on themselves and what we've done wrong. That's why every day is a struggle. We're always trying to compare ourselves to ourselves and then others. But that's where you learn the most. If you have your eyes open, you pay attention, that's where you can learn the most, at our lowest points, and our valleys, so our lows. So, I thought that symbol of the heartbeat is so literal. I saw a thing on it. I saw a thing of that graphic one time, and it said, if you are living, what did it say? So I'll quote it. So if you're living, it is a constant series of ups and downs. And I was like, ... unless you're dead. And it's flat, right? I mean, that line turns flat on the monitor. So if you are living your life to the fullest, and you're living, you're doing all the things you want to do, you're going to have equal amount of ups and downs. There's not like, I want to reach up, and always be hitting these peaks nonstop, because it's impossible. It quite literally is impossible. So unmet expectations, and we talked about that a lot, and disappointment, but unmet expectations are just opportunities for divine revelations, right? So when these unmet expectations, we talked about what birth and fuel disappointment, but they're just opportunities for divine revelations. They're opportunities for you to see what's been going wrong. What happened there? Why did I get on that path? Why did I make that decision? Is there something I can do different? How can I change it? How can I be better about it? Do I need to change it? All the questions are in the valley, right? We don't reflect a lot the peak and give our credit for how we got there, or how long it took us to get there, or the great things about us that brought us there. But somebody asks you about when you're doing bad or in your low, they got a bunch of stuff to tell you. It's like a list, all the reasons, the whys, the excuses, whose fault it is. It's like this laundry list of things of why we're in a low. But when you ask somebody their peak, or they had a really high moment, well, how'd you get there? Well, are you just a special person? Like, what'd you do great? It's very short. It's almost expected. This success, this peak is expected. And that's what they talk about with unmet expectations. But the opportunity lies in the low. That's a learning experience. I think, I don't know if it was Bill Gates that talked about success being a lousy teacher. because it doesn't teach you the things you need to know to grow. So again, talking about the lows, instead, failure, disappointment, defeat, being at your low when you see what's wrong and how to fix it, so you can help curve that error. That's the growth. That's where the growth in your faith comes from. That's the growth in who you will become one day. So I think living in the realization that it's equal parts. Just like your muscles have opposite muscles, your bicep turns on, your tricep turns off. That's how the muscle system works in your body. One's being fired, the other one rests. That's why there's opposite muscles. It's the same thing with peaks and valleys. There's got to be equal amount so that there's a full learning experience in life so you can grow properly. And to tell you the truth, I want to feel defeat. I want to feel hurt. I want to feel pain. I want to feel all the emotions of a low so I know what it is and what can be and what I want to stay away from or I want to help avoid. I want to feel all the things. I want to be experienced in both successes and failures. I want to be somebody that walks the earth, that experiences the good and the bad so that I can have perspective and perseverance. I want to have all the experience so I can try to be the best version of myself one day. And I think it starts with being very aware and accepting of there's always going to be a low. We got to stop striving for just highs, right? You can't just keep on getting high. Your body only secretes so much in any given day. Rest restores you, but you can't just keep peaking out. The adrenaline will go away. You'll get too used to it. That's why adrenaline junkies keep on searching. Like, you can't keep peaking. You got to have this equality of it. So that's my spiel about it for the week. But I want to hear from you guys. Is anybody going through something? I know we talked about this a lot, but anybody want to share about something that maybe they bounced back from? Like it was a low that like turned unexpectedly immediately into a high, or vice versa. You came off a high and you just found yourself in a crash. Amber. There you go. Unmute it. There you go.
Okay. Well, so, I mean, you know my story, obviously, Michael, and not everybody does. I mean, all through my life, really. And one of the places that I've gotten to now is, I'm going to just go forward and then go back real quick, is practicing detaching from outcome. I think that's the biggest human fallacy, is that I think it's a Christian paradigm or a societal imprint. I'm not sure, how long this has been in our humanity as far as taking it on as like some mantra or something. But I think we all like have all these expectations, right? You like grow up, your family imprints on you. You think like you're supposed to have or do or certain things. And we've talked about this over and over, or meet certain marks at certain times in our life, have kids, get married, have a job, have an education, whatever it is for all of us, right? It's different. For me, early on in my 20s, I was in a very, very abusive relationship with someone who was hurting me, but was providing something that my family had never provided, was this hope for a home that maybe I could, invite all my friends and my family into. And I kept thinking that I could compromise my soul and stay in the situation because I could control it and I could maintain it. But I knew that the bigger truth kept bubbling up inside me. Like, you have to leave this person. This person's not for you. It doesn't matter what can be provided. It doesn't matter what you think is the greater win. This will kill you. And I just wouldn't do it. And I was young, I didn't have the experience yet to understand, but I literally hit a brick wall, and I didn't know it until the motorcycle accident. I was involved in a terrible accident when I was 26 years old, and I was thrown off an embankment off the back of a motorcycle. I had to learn to walk again for a year, while this toxic partner of mine like completely just went on with his life and like left me in the hospital and this whole thing. So I had to sit with myself during that time because one, I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything for myself. This person who was white knuckling through life, controlling everything, or like had the illusion of control, that I thought that I was in control of everything. I could handle it. I could manage it all, personalities, people, violence, anything I needed to in order to get what I needed and wanted. And here I was in a hospital bed, immobile, with God saying, wow, I guess I had to hit a literal and proverbial brick wall to know that I had to change something, because I wasn't going to do it. God was going to say, I'll spare your life, but you're going to feel this and you're going to have to really pay attention and listen and know that if you want something to be different, it has to be, you know? And you know, that's been a bunch of lessons like that. But so to your point about the ebbs and flows, I love the heartbeat. And I just wanted to say, as a physiology and anatomy teacher, that so when the heart pumps, it's systolic and dystolic, right? And so everything, whether it's a river or our heartbeat or our life force energy, it has to suck something in to pump it back out. And so just like you're saying, like the quality of our life, those rest moments and those moments of taking something back in and then sending it back out to the world, that's a really big deal. And I just love that metaphor. So thank you.
Love that. Thank you for sharing that. Matt, did you want to say something, or? Oh, Christine's got her hand up. Is that your hand? Is that a virtual hand?
It is. It's my hand. It's a virtual hand. It's me raising my hand up. Yeah, man, I just resonate so much with some of what you just said, Amber. And I really, the whole peaks and valleys thing is huge. You know, it's, you cannot appreciate the peaks in life without going through the valleys. And personally, I know that I've shared with some of you all, like, you know, my marriage was very unhealthy. And yet I was holding on to it because it was like this thing that I envisioned that I was supposed to hold on to and try to fight for. Right. And I was miserable and I was so unhealthy and it was so toxic and just destroying my soul. And when I stepped out of it, it was like one of the hardest decisions I ever made, to quit on something that I thought I was going to hold on to for the rest of my life. But talk about peaks and valleys. It was like God just like started like showing up for me and showing me things, and not to say that it wasn't a struggle, but it was like there was instant relief in certain areas where it's like, oh, we're not walking on eggshells all day long at home, or, oh, you know, the toxicity level has changed and I'm physically feeling different. And now fast forward a few years and I'm in a completely different place. And it's like, I'm just looking around and it's like, I'm soaring. And I look back at my life and I was like, man, I realized I was in a valley then, but I didn't realize how deep of a valley I was in.
Yeah.
So, but like, I think that the key to it throughout the whole process is to, okay. So what the thing that really resonated with me, Amber, is that the key was to learn to detach myself from envisioning an outcome, right? To being okay with whether it's one goes one way or another. It's all about our approach and our mindset as we're navigating through it, right? And keeping the focus on Jesus and knowing, like, you know what, I'm going to make it through this. No matter what's on the other side of this, I'm going to be okay. And I'm okay whether it goes this way or that way, right? Whether I start a business and it succeeds, or whether I start a business and it's a learning experience, right? Or whether I have to move in with family or I make it on my own, or, you know, all of these different things that came at me during my process. And it really became so just crucial to be able to have that kind of approach, not just with experiences, but also with the relationships around me. Like, how many times is it that we have expectations of the people around us who are our friends when we're going through a struggle? And how healthy is it really for us to do that, right? So instead of, you know what, I expect my friends to be there. I expect my friends to have my back or to like be there at the drop of a hat if I'm struggling. Like, no, like I love my friends and I know they love me, and I'm okay whether or not they're here, because I've learned to sit with myself and be with myself through this process. So anyway, those are my 2 cents. I'm going to let somebody else talk, because if not, I'll talk the rest of the night.
That's the point. That's the point, right? So that's the point for sharing. It's the point to push each other into a spot that we would normally wouldn't share. And this is the point of the discussion and dialogue. Like Amber sharing an experience to be able to open up an opportunity for you to share too. And I know you want to say something, Amber. I just want to say about the graphic with the heartbeat monitor is the other illusion that, you know, the sermon talked about was the fact that it's actually a reflection of itself. So when you talked, Christine, about, you know, I didn't realize how deep I was in the valley, that you had only come up a little in it. The faith and the knowing is the fact that it's a mirror of its success.
Right.
It's just a mirror. It's a reflection. The mountains reflect in the water, and you can see like that's a mountain. It's how you want to see it and how you come out of that. But I think the value is knowing that, like, your muscles has an opposite waiting for you.
Yep.
You're not going to be in the valley forever. There's an opposite waiting for you.
Absolutely. I agree. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys talk.
Right. Sure.
I just wanted to say, just to reiterate what we're always saying every single week, it feels like it's always stripping down to, that's the faith. It's, I'm not in control. Why do I think I'm in control? Deconstructing the ego and detaching from outcome. And if I have faith in God and the journey and whatever I'm meant to do here, then I can watch it unravel. Yes, I can manifest towards things I really want to work towards, but I don't have to control it. I can have some faith in the thing that created every single miracle, including my beating heart. So love you.
Matthew, you're on, dude.
Well, I have a story to tell, and then also wanted to shamelessly plug Pastor Chad. So I read his book, Help I Work with People.
Yep.
If you guys haven't, I recommend it. But like on chapter 1 or 2, he talks about just being like a goal-driven person and having like time off, because I've always been like that, and I'd kind of get in my head and be like, oh, I'm not doing enough and stuff like that. But really, it's like you need to invest time in, like, you know, it's healthy to have time off and all that. And so that was great. That, you know, being aware of that was just kind of like, well, okay. So just a little plug there.
It's a great book.
But yeah, so like my situation was, even like last week, I kind of bounced back from a hard time. I was kind of dealing with stuff at home, and my stepdad, who I'm gonna say he's like a narcissist, he like fears, or he has control stuff. And I think when he's not home and I'm there and I'm kind of running things for my nieces, because I'm kind of the caregiver at our house, but he things were good one day, or like the weekend, and then on Monday, it was on the 1st, he came up to me one morning and just kind of like snapped and was like, hey, there's boxes, start packing your stuff. But he said it in a curse word, and I was just like, okay. So in the past, I would let like his manipulation tactics like kind of like mess with me, but I've dealt with a narcissist before, and just thankful I kind of just like let that just go, and just stayed the course, and kind of, you know, I'm in a better place now. Kind of just like would just, you know, be at the gym or be somewhere else whenever he's home or whatever. So just to avoid that. But I
And
know, like, being
anything-
on eggshells. Go ahead.
all these moments are opportunities.
For sure. So yeah, I'm just grateful, learning from that. But yeah, it's not healthy, and finally trying to let go of just trying to be there for everyone when really I just got to take care of myself now. And
100%, dude. You're doing great every week, and every time I see you or talk to you, you got something better going on. So you're on the right track, man. Everything is every moment's an opportunity to make a different choice, dude. Make a different choice, see what's in front of you, pivot, make another move, and you're doing it, man. You're doing it every day. So keep looking at it that way. I love when you share, man.
When we better ourselves, we're only better for those people that we love. You can't save them until you're strong and sturdy, and they can watch you model a new way for them, because you're not going to change them until they're ready. The rest of the family.
Portia.
I just want to say something quick, that whatever the present moment contains, I feel like you have to accept it as if you had chosen it, right? Because if you work with it instead of against it, you don't create the resistance to it. And we're so good at creating so much resistance in our life. And I think when we do go through those low times, it is a time to get quiet, because that's when God is trying to tell you something, whether something is out of alignment in your life or something isn't supposed to, whether it's a job or a relationship or something inside of yourself that that you need to work on. It's just kind of like another reminder that God is saying that, okay, no, you're not going to give up, but there is still some work to do here, and so I think it's everything we talk about on here is always mindset and awareness. Everything always comes back to that, no matter what we're doing in this life. So I think the sooner you recognize that you are in that low time, that you can take that, and every time you're in the low time, if you stay in the low time, you're just going to keep broadcasting out those signals of negativity to other things and other areas of your life. And you can become like this magnet, like you have this sign on you that you're just going to pick up all this negativity. And so everything's going to feel like it's draining you. Everything's going to feel like it's bringing you down, because you're not going to be, your vibration is now down just in general. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
You attract who you are.
Okay, so even when it's hard, so basically, obviously, you have to transmute that, and that's, I think, the hard part, because we've all been there before, and we've had that hard time, and I think when we're in it, we don't think about it that way. We're not like, I need to think positive. We're just thinking of this negative thing that is just haunting us every single day. We're waking up and we're like, what the hell, WTF. And we've all woken up and we just can't shake it and get rid of it. And then that's how the vicious cycle starts. And that's how sometimes we can stay in these negative cycles for so long. So I think, like you said, just because it comes back to that awareness and how long you stay there, that you're going to get out of it because you want to, you're going to keep trying, and you're going to keep doing something that's going to be a positive outcome out of it. And so I guess
Love it.
once you can just bring in the positivity and just change your thoughts.
I love it. Hey, I want to introduce everybody to Kelly. She just joined a little bit late, but she's just joined for the first time. I'm going to unmute her for a second. Kelly, we talked about the message in the beginning, just about hills and valleys and the highs and lows, and referencing going through both, the equality of having an equal amount of lows and highs in your life, and that's part of life. And the expectation of having these is a tool to have awareness of that you will go through it. Knowing we'll come back up too. So if you want to share anything, you're listening. So
this is subject matter for today.
Yes.
Are the highs and lows?
Highs and lows.
Okay. Yeah. So we're talking like just regular
personal
life lessons. That's what I call them. Yeah. Highs and lows are life lessons. Yeah. So, but I'm very interested in what everybody has to say. So yeah.
Good. Well, Kelly's gonna try to join us from now on moving forward, and looking forward to having her. So
I am, even on the golf course, because the league I belong to is pretty lax, so I can definitely join you guys. Like, yeah, even on the golf course, which will be pretty cool, because I'm sure we'll get extra people in here with their thoughts or
I'm
whatever.
pumped.
But yeah,
Appreciate you coming in.
what's that?
I said, I'm pumped that you joined us. I appreciate you coming in. We had a lot of very
I
deep
appreciate the
conversations.
invite. I really, truly do. Thank you.
Hey, James, what you got in your mind, dude? I see your eyes going up in the sky. Unmute it for me. Unmute it. You got it?
How about that?
There you go. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. When you guys are talking about the highs and lows and talking about the up and downs, I'm just to the point in my life after doing that for so long that I want to be, and don't get me, I don't want to be dead. I just want to be flatlining for a while. I don't want I'm happy where I am. I got no problems right now. And I just want to be that flatline. I'm not ready for any down and up. It's,
We know what it is, James. It's not that you're flatlined, that you're doing well. You're actually having a perfect heartbeat. You're peaking and valley at equal amounts, and you're actually very healthy. That's what that means. You're not flatlined. You'll never be flatlined. You actually have a very good heartbeat.
I like the way you put that. Yeah, it's just to the I just don't want to, I guess I got a lot of fear inside of me because for the first 18 years, it's always you're bad, you're no good, this and that. I don't want to get into it. It's
James, I'll tell you one thing. I haven't known you for very long, but I do know this from witnessing you. Whatever you've been through was necessary. Because what I see from you today is a gift. You're there for everybody. You show up. You're always happy. You're smiling. You're supportive. Like whatever you went through was necessary. And it's not that it wasn't bad. It was just necessary to get away from that irregular heartbeat to get to your healthy heartbeat today. That's where you're at, dude.
Yeah, I hear you.
James, I concur. I think you're amazing and I love what you do. And I see how the people in your life that care about you and love you, your employers, your friends, us, like you bring out the absolute best in people and people see you and see your soul shining. And it's not that you deserved those terrible things that happened to you. It's not about deserve or anything like that, but it was so that you could be here now in this moment for these revelations and share these experiences so that we can all see perseverance, and that because you had faith in God and a few white lights at the end of your tunnel, that you were really able to push through and still be everything that they said that you weren't, and I love you. I think you're amazing. So
hey guys, that was a great way to end it. I appreciate everybody showing up. We're on the last minute here. We're going to do it again next Monday. We're going to talk about judgment. Comes straight in line with this message I started in this one. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys next Monday, same time. Matthew, I'll see you in Arizona, my man. Love you all. Appreciate you. Thanks for joining.
Bye, guys. Love
Yes,
you.
thank you.